Peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum. Sitting out here in nature, incredibly beautiful, just the time of the sunset. So, a brief video on the topic of good and evil from a mystical understanding, my personal inner experiences. So, when it comes to good and evil, doing good and sinning, many people, including myself, to a certain degree, have a sort of predefined understanding of good and evil. We have certain negative experiences that we think about when we hear good and evil. Maybe we think about the church, maybe we think about some religious leader that wants to instill fear in us, that if we don't do certain things, then we are condemned for eternal hellfire. So, good and evil is something that many people within spirituality doesn't like, for understandable reasons. So many experiences tied to what is good and evil. So, what does the Quran and Bible and other scripture mean really when they talk about these things are good and these things are bad? From a mystical understanding, everything in the universe is sound. Everything is vibration. So you'll never find two objects that are exactly the same. Therefore, everything has a unique vibration, but it is the same vibration at the same time, because everything is one verse, universe, one song, one great symphony, if you will. And the universe sort of has its vibration that it flows through. And even if we play unique notes, because I'm a unique person, I have a certain cultural background, I have a certain look. I'm not very tall, but quite tall. I'm pretty thin. I have dark eyes, etc. I am unique. I'm a unique manifestation. Yet I, as a unique sound, can vibe with the symphony of the universe, and I can be in desync with the symphony of the universe. And when I vibe together with the symphony of the universe, I'm playing the same song as the universe with my unique instrument, which is me. Then I have peace, you can say. Then that's the same as mindfulness, or being in the present moment and just existing, observing. I am in the tune of the universe. I can also play against the symphony of the universe. And as we clearly know from scripture, there is one rebel, if you think of a symphony orchestra like a guitar player who does not want to harmonize with the rest of the orchestra, he really wants to play his own tune. Who is that guitar player? That one person who spoils the orchestra, that wants to totally play his own tune, even if the whole orchestra, violins, flutes, drums, etc. are playing in harmony with each other. That rebel, that I want to do my own thing kind of person is what we know as Satan or Shaitan, the rejected one. The one that did not want to bow down to Adam, as it says, meaning it did not want to flow with the sound of the universe in that particular time period when Adam was meant to be, and that was the sound, etc., essentially of the universe. This being wanted to go against and do its own thing. So there is this low, disruptive sound in the universe that constantly wants to lower the vibration and make us play on a low note, a low vibration, filled with darkness. And darkness is the same as materialism, because the slower something vibrates, the more dense materially and the more dark it becomes. So this tune of low vibration is essentially, that is what we know as sin. That is sinning or doing evil. That's the same as evil. You see? So when there is these sounds that we are constantly bombarded with, about lying, about thinking about ourselves, cheating someone, following our lust, trying that drug, may we be forbidden, may we not do that, only living for materialism, being proud, being arrogant, seeing ourselves as better than others. These are all low vibration sounds. These are all the sounds of what you can call shaitan, or you can metaphysically just say sounds of darkness or sounds of low vibration. This is sinning. Now, the heart of the human being, some say, is where the soul is seated, and inside the soul is the spirit, and the spirit is the pure light. So the soul contains good and evil. It contains light, which is the spirit, and darkness. How do we vibe with the universe and play in harmony? How do we not become this rejected guitar player who wants to play his own tune and completely ignores the rest of the orchestra, the shaitan? How do we not become that? So there are many levels of how this can be taught. I would teach it like this, that there's two ways. The first way is when our heart, which is the seat of decision, we choose with our heart. When it's blind, it's so covered with darkness that it cannot differentiate the high vibration sounds and the dark sounds. That means that the heart is in a state it cannot differentiate between good and evil. When it is at this state, then the easiest way is to learn it by heart. And that is what one can call a universal law, or Sharia. We learn by heart that certain things, lying, stealing, killing, being disrespectful to parents, etc., these are all low vibration sounds. These are all dark sounds, sounds that go against the universe. And then we learn that, praying, being patient, being loving, kind, speaking truth, being humble, these are high vibration sounds, or sounds of light. So we learn it by heart, what is high vibration and what is low vibration. But once we enjoin the mystical path of transforming oneself, and this path will be found in every tradition and culture on earth, the science of purifying the inner being, our heart starts developing this innate quality of differentiating sounds. So a heart that starts being purified can feel what is high vibration and what is low vibration. A heart that develops this quality can start feeling what is good and feeling what is bad. And when we are at that state, we can feel with our hearts what is the right thing to do. We can feel which path to choose. We can feel which people are good for us and which people are not good for us. We can feel what is the right profession to choose, or we can feel things. So this ability, you can call it many different things. It's known as Furqan in Quran. It's known as Dharma in Sanskrit traditions. This ability to judge what is the high vibration or light or right thing for me to do in this particular moment. But it can only happen once we start transforming ourselves and removing darkness from our soul, so that the light, the spirit, starts shining more and more and more. Enlightenment, if you will. Then we develop this ability. As long as our souls are in darkness, we will not have the ability, the Furqan, to judge right from wrong, or judge sounds, judge the frequency, the vibration of a sound, if it's light sound or if it's low vibration darkness. So the key is to purify the soul. Hope this has been helpful. Peace.